Hey. Hey. Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Sussex Saturday. I'm VS Speaks Royally. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. I know there's many on the other side of the globe, in a sense, and I appreciate you being in here. What a lovely week we've had. What a lovely week we've had. I tell you. Let me just look through. Hello to all the channel members that are in the chat. Hello. Marshall, who are the 4% of, oh yes, there's a poll for those that are in the live stream chat. There's a poll for them to complete. So Marshall is like, who are the 4% of the folks in the chat who have not seen the docuseries? Very telling that they're in the chat. Watch out for the trolls today. Marshall, you know, not everybody loves them like we love them, but yes, okay. That is interesting, but hey. Oh, Church Nelly. Thank you for the 9 months of membership. I don't see that on this side in StreamYard. I don't know why, but thank you for the love, support, and the laughter, because you are a pistol. See, yeah. Oh, Diane, yes. Even the trolls watch. Of course they watch. It's how, come on. That's how the ratings are so high. I mean, Squad is going to knock it out the park, but yeah, the trolls help too. Hey, Spirit Mouse Media. Hey to everybody that's in here. Okay, so let me get to it. First things first, disclaimer, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. As I like to read my favorite quote of Harry and Meghan, each of us can change our communities. All of us can change the world. And we saw a lot of how they just want to help change the world and not have to be smeared by the royal family's PR, aka the media over there in the UK. So first thing, if you hear Miss Pac-Man sound effects, okay. Me and my husband have this battle that we go through, and I got the high score yesterday, so he's trying to outdo me. So if you hear it in the background, I do apologize. Okay, so we did get a holiday card from Harry and Meghan. I did share with the channel members because you won't be able to see the fine print on the picture that they have, and it's just of Harry and Meghan, not of them and the children, or the children per se, as we get different variations each year, but they upped the ante a bit. But it says, from our family to yours, and on behalf of our teams at the Archwell Foundation, Archwell Audio, and Archwell Productions, we wish you health, peace, and a very happy New Year's. They remembered their staff and included them in the card. Okay. I have to say that because if you've seen the other holiday cards, you'll understand why. Alrighty. So I had a very lively discussion yesterday, and to my buddy, you know who you are, that I've known for over 20 years, you know, when it comes to Harry and Meghan, I get a little of the tiger mom in me, and I don't know why, but yeah. But I wanted to just kind of reiterate a statement that the docuseries does make clear. Harry and Meghan even stated, it was stated in the Oprah interview, but somehow people are still stuck on, they wanted privacy. So I don't understand why they're doing this. They never indicated they wanted privacy. They wanted privacy in the standpoint of what the others are given, but they also don't want the smears and to be hounded and to be threatened, their lives to be threatened, especially Meghan's. Now, when the security guy that NBC hired, NBC provided Meghan security. NBC, okay. So he indicated that he had done security for very high profile families and people, and he had never seen the lengths at which were happening and occurring around Meghan, coming because of the activities of the media and their benefactors. I'll just say it like that. So that speaks volumes, but yeah, they never cited privacy when they were stepping back. And I just wish, now I'll just say this to any family or friends that truly know me behind the scenes, that if you cite that they wanted privacy, you're going to get a side of me that you didn't think you were going to see. And then I'm going to share clips where it's specifically stated by Meghan that that's not what you want, and explain what privacy is. Okay. Whew. All right. Volumes 1, Volume 2 of Meghan and Harry on Netflix. The poll that I have is just asking, have you seen it? Marshall, you were too funny with, who are these 4%? So yeah, trolls could be out, but I love the aspects. I've gone through the Volume 1, Volume 2, but it's some of the pictures that we don't usually get to see, you know, from the pictures that they want to share with us, but then we don't need to be asking to see everything. Privacy. Okay. Now I do want to share, let me get to it so that I have it up and ready. I saw this on Twitter today. It's someone that did a TikTok after seeing the docuseries. So yes, I will be talking through it because that's what commentary is about, and I'm not trying to get tagged for it. So I'm just going to put up the picture and let it go, and then I will.
Okay, so just finished watching the part 2 of the Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix. But I just have some questions. So y'all been calling this girl a gold digger, and this is where the hell they was living?
And this is the picture that is up of the Nottingham Cottage, or Not Cot, as it was called. And Yeah, that narrative of Meghan being a gold digger, is far, far from the truth because, yeah, you'll see as we go further into this commentary as well as what I'm going to show you today. Not hardly. Not hardly. So.
She literally left this. This was her own house that she paid for with her own money for this. I mean, damn. I mean, she's not even that tall. She's like, what, 5'5", 5'6", and she has on heels. Like, her head looks like it's damn near at the ceiling. Wow.
So, yeah, there were not high ceilings, and we know that, Harry did talk about how he had to walk around, being that he's 6'1", and that he couldn't really stand up in there, but she was a gold digger. Mm. The one that y'all should be talking about is in apartment 1A. Moving on.
So this dude is the Queen of England's grandson, but this is how he's living. Make it make sense. I'm with Oprah on this one. I can only imagine Oprah's face when she walked in there. Like, what the fuck? What kind of ghetto ass shit is this? I'm telling you, I knew the royal family was ghetto from the crown. That was confirmed. They ghetto.
Woo! To the heart, they are. Mm-hmm. So again, this is the cottage, the housing that I think this is public housing, so to speak, that Harry was granted or living in from being a senior working royal. This is the housing that he was given. And he's left that to go to, this is where he is in Montecito, California. And you think he's going back to that? In the UK? Come on now. Because even Frogmore Cottage had to be renovated, and then people gave him hell for just the renovations, and they paid out of pocket for it. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I just had to share a little bit of that. Whereas the narrative of her being a gold digger, yeah, go check yourself. I love this picture. Of course, if you know, King Archie set the record straight on he does not like his feet being dirty. Okay. And as much as they run around in that beautiful green grass and along the trails, etc. But yeah, Harry was bird watching the hummingbirds. It was kind of cool to see the hummingbirds really be up close and personal, because I do understand that they usually are not that friendly. And then, of course, there's just wedding pictures. So his friends that she allegedly chased away, he does admit that he did lose some along the way, but when you are truly in the trenches with somebody, you're in the trenches, good, bad, and indifferent. So people show you who they really are. There they are in Frogmore Cottage. We've seen pictures of the queen cutting cake with they wanted to give her a knife, and she was like, no. And she took the sword and was like, whack, into the cake. So they cut their wedding cake, and I guess that's a tradition. I don't know. I did want to share a picture from her elaborate baby shower. Emu, many of you that are in Squad know which royal rota I'm talking about, but Emu went into her crystal ball and she described this elaborate baby shower and all this expensive stuff that was happening and all this other things. And she released it, and the baby shower hadn't even occurred yet. So she was basically discredited off the gate, and, Tina and Michelle laced into her like there was never any lacing that could ever be done again. But Harry on the Freedom Flight, yeah, that's something. And the Freedom Flight, the Freedom Flight led to them being able to go back to the UK like this as a happy family. But this is what it's all about. Meghan with the children, and Harry being able to relish in taking the picture, and just them living peacefully. So, yeah, winter's coming for them in the UK. Winter's coming because the docuseries didn't touch on. I'm sure the Spare will, and they were kind of glossed over. And their true light was shown. So I'll get to that in trash time. You know that. So I'm going to jump into Squaddie Corner. Harry had an combined or collab op-ed that came out. The link is in the description. The future of conservation and is taking shape in Africa. So we know he had taken a trip and with Senator Chris Coons. I don't even know if he was reelected, but the former Ethiopian prime minister, and they all collaborated on this op-ed. If you get a chance, you can click the link and read all about it. So I do want to say thank you to, I got this email. I was like, oh my gosh. So yes, I have a store, merch, and I want to say thank you to whomever purchased. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. So there's a store tab on my front channel page. There's a link to it on my channel banner. And then in the description, there's a link to the store. So I do want to just say, there's mugs, masks, cell phone covers, water bottles, t-shirts have been added. Different colors, different variety. Even the mugs, I did add in different colors. So I just wanted to give you that. That's the one that I wanted because, I love my mugs. And I just want to keep putting out in the atmosphere and in the universe that, yes, I'm officially getting on that road to 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So all the help in sharing, spreading the word about VS Speaks Royally. Please continue. I thank you in advance. And yes, this was my reaction when I got that email. Cha-ching. I was like, what? So I'm like Harry. I'm like Harry was when it came down to that text message from Beyonce to Megan. Mm-hmm. Woo! Let me check the comments because I can see I have 132 and this is my reaction still. 132 comments. What? So hey to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm just going to be jumping and grabbing some as I go down because I want to see. Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes. This is like 11:08. So this comment here. The ignorance of these people is palpable. It is, Black Queen. It really is. But some people choose to be. At this point, even the comments or tweets I see on Twitter when they're really off the chain, I just block the person and keep it moving. There's no reason to even respond. I've banned or hid people on the channel because I'm not doing it anymore. The docuseries has set the record straight. You come with all that banter from the UK tabloids, you're blocked. Hopefully my friend does take the time to, because I even said, until you watch the docuseries, please don't even speak on them. So yeah, I was a little bit extra. So sometimes you have to be, though. Sometimes you have to be. Diane, the docu-series is also a means of increasing security for the Sussexes who told the world what they are up against and going through. So Diana 2.0, less likely. Very, very, very true. Let me just come over here. As much as I like this look of Harry, I'm gonna come down. Let me see. My screen's refreshing on me. Joan, via Speaks, those pushing your wrong button should be scared. No. Well, it all depends. Yeah, it all depends. But no. Joseph, I'm going to pimp slap the next person who tells me they said they wanted privacy. Well, it's that. I even heard from somebody that was like, even we Americans know what curtsy is, but we don't do it. I wouldn't, if you're dating someone and within a month or so, you're meeting the grandmother, and on the ride to meet the grandmother, it's like, oh, you have to curtsy. And you're like, okay, so what you have in your head and what comes out, basically, or what you display could be two different things. She was mocking herself. She was mocking them. And I mean, formality behind doors is a little over the top, just a little bit. And I see why you may not be as close as people perceive, but pictures, all PR, all PR. Okay. Any of these pictures we see, all PR. Church and Nelly Joseph, I'm shocked. Oh, I feel the same way like Joseph. I'm like, don't you even come with that malarkey, I'll say. Joan, didn't the Queen offer the house as a gift? Yeah, once he was married. She does that. They got one, the other one has several homes, castles, whatever, mansions. But yet people always harp about the one in Montecito. That is not UK taxpayer taken care of or anything like that. So rant on about the one in Montecito, but Harry and Meghan paid for that one. Not one UK taxpayer did. So, okay. Tia, Meghan's shoe closet was bigger than Not Cot. The fact that when Oprah, the royals really shouldn't play. Okay. Because anyone that went to Not Cot and saw, no wonder Eugenie was so apt to move to Frogmore Cottage when Harry and Meghan were like, hey, lease is paid for however long it's paid. So if you want to stay there while we're not in town, feel free. So yeah, no wonder they jumped at it because they were staying at Not Cot. And then here comes a baby. Yeah, okay. Woo! SG, that's what I'm going to say because I don't want to butcher your name. Meghan was an accomplished woman prior to joining the royal family. She was. The docuseries helps show that for people who don't know her. And I'm so sick of also the comments I see a lot of times that say, we didn't know who she was before she married Harry. Did you know who that other one was before she, for 10 years, stalked her now husband? Did you know who she was prior to knowing who she was? Like, make it make sense. Okay, so you didn't watch US TV or you didn't watch Suits, and I believe Suits was on in the UK, so spare me with that you didn't know who she was. Okay, whatever. It wasn't meant for you to know, but a simple Google search, as you wanted her to do, would have solved all of that. Would have solved all of that. So, Annie, that shed supposedly a cottage. Oh, you're hilarious. Woo. And it makes it clear why Harry traveled a lot. Like, he rarely was home. He was rarely in the UK. Now we can understand why. He had more comfortable accommodations outside of Kensington Palace grounds, because that's what they lived on the grounds of, where there's, as they said, staff quarters overlook, I believe, Not Cottage's yard or whatever, because when he was setting up for the engagement, it was just kind of given an explanation. He was saying how, he had the candles, the electric candles, and, that the staff quarters look over or at the yard where he was setting all that up. And fair warning, Kuja just busted into the office if you heard the door open. Church Nelly, it has mold. Stop. She loved Harry. Now, I will just say that, because if she truly was a gold digger and you bring her, this is where you're living, you're a prince from one of the, quote, wealthiest families probably in the world, and that is where they have you. The spare gets, I just hope that I hope that the youngins over in the UK, they probably are getting a lesson even at their young age of who is really important and in charge, and that's the older brother. So Doesn't make it right, but that's just how life is over there. Joan, yet Harry and Meghan tried to make it work living there. Oh, yeah. Again, she loved him. And it was never about his title, which we know they were ready to give up. It was never about what he could provide for her, because she already had her life. Tuja in her glory. Mm-hmm. See, Mac, how are you? And they got the nerve to say Meghan was straight out of Compton. There are better houses in Compton. Oh, see, Mac, love you. Yeah, basically. All right, let me see. Black Queen, you wouldn't even put the buttery, scullery, or chambermaids in that trash, but you put who was at one time the third in line. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's where they expected him to stay. That's where they expected him to come crawling back to, when they thought he was in Canada, when they didn't know he was yet in California. So yeah, that's where they expected him to come back without his wife and child. Yeah. To them, their parts, all of that. Lottie, Meghan had a beautiful place in Toronto, and she left that for a dump like this. Exactly. A beautiful place that then was invaded because of the Paps, and wasn't her quiet, tranquil space anymore, because people were following her. I do hope that people did take note of what the security personnel was saying, and even when they got into the SUV at the beginning, I think it is, of episode 3, and just hearing what they have to go through to just go visit friends. Come on now. Marshar, Harry's freedom flight photo shows his peace, relief, and happiness. He looks like a freed slave. Well, in a sense, he was. In a sense, he was. And as we have been saying in a hashtag, thank you, Tyler Perry. I said it Thursday. I've said it other times. Yeah. Hadn't met them, had only sent her a message prior to the wedding. And, there was contact here, there, but then she did her reach out. And, when people are connected to other people in the sense of they are listening to you, really listening to you, and could tell that there's something going on. And she felt, because it wasn't anyone truly friend, but was there for, offered to be there and listen. She shared what was going on. 13 suitcases. They got out of there. Like they were rushing to get out of there. And that has to be the creepiest thing, to have people just walking up onto the property. You pulled security. It's obvious what you wanted to happen. Very obvious. It's disgusting, but it's obvious. And that karma is going to come back swiftly at all of y'all over there in the UK. Just saying. Okay. Annie, Archie says, Harry says Archie is Meghan and Lilia is Diana, a little Spencer with deep blue eyes and reddish hair. And the cutest thing, I love how very strategic in how the clips or the pictures they did share, him playing the drums, Archie playing the drums, and then saying, you like that? And then wanted to play again. Oh, adorable. Adorable. All right, I need to catch up. Okay, Church and I did make a water bottle. Goes great with my moonshine. Still waiting for my shot glass. Church Nelly. I'll have to make you some, because that's not an offering in the store. Just saying that. Life's magical journey. Yes, 10K is happening soon. Well deserved. Oh, and same for you. Yes. Look at her. She's like, you're putting that on the atmosphere, Church Nelly, the shot glasses. I know. And see, there's no, he wasn't putting on airs, so to speak. He wasn't putting on that fake facade that, oh, I am just Mr. Perfect. No. he does love to run around in barefoot, I see. So, all right, let me catch up to the comments. I'm going to skip quite a bit. So please don't get upset if I miss if I miss it. Let me see. What is this one? Anya. A YouTuber had a video online stating that Harry and Meghan Netflix doc was in a $30 million house, not the Sussex's house. I don't care where house. Actually, I believe there are clips from their home. Whether they filmed there is completely different, and I don't blame them for not wanting it filmed for the interview pieces that they did. It doesn't even matter. I don't even know why it would matter. When they did the Oprah interview, that was done on, I'll say, neutral ground. It wasn't done at Oprah's home, and it wasn't done at theirs. It was on neutral ground. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how they know how much the home is, because who's checking for that? Only some lunatic is checking for that. But thank you for sharing that information. Lottie, Harry knew who the hell she was. Oh, yeah. Again, let's remember, he has, or I'm assuming he still has, social media. That's how he knows what's going on. And that time when he first thanked the squad, we were like, how did they know this? Oh my goodness. Well, yeah. But to see her in with the filter with the dog ears, is like, who's that? He was on it. Harry wasn't playing. You know, the text messages, hey, are you having fun over there? And knowing that she was in the UK, and then she's, you know, she played coy. That's how you have to do. Grown women do that. She was like, I am not thirsty. And then when he was late, yeah, she was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be putting up with this. So let me see, Hattie. He didn't even have a closet or a dresser from the looks of it. And I know that from some other videos that I've seen and other people in the UK, that's not something they're, even from the Emma, what is she? Of Bath. She's not a Viscount. Is she a Viscountess, or however they pronounce it? They don't have like closets like we see, like take a room and converted it to a closet. We pesky Americans, spoiled Americans, but yeah, they don't usually have that type of stuff. They showed a clip in the documentary on Emma Weymouth, who is Viscountess, I think, of Bath. They have their clothes on a rack in the room, so I was kind of surprised by that, but Annie, yes, Mrs. V.S. Harry stayed out of town, and I applauded him for taking it all in stride. Yes. Meghan said he would not have been interested in her if he was not already on his own path. He had been wanting, he had even said in interviews he was ready to get up out of there, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Mrs. S., how are you? Let's see. Sherry, Mrs. S., I cried throughout volume 2 about all the things you mentioned. Yeah, Meghan and Doria crying. To be that fearful, Doria even doing her part of the interview, you could tell she was holding back tears like the entire time, which they really should be ashamed of themselves, but she gets to bask in the glow of seeing her grandchildren grow up and be lovely human beings for it. Yes. They are ashamed of Harry's former resident at KP. Well, let me tell you, who's ashamed? The family? They should be. I'll just treat it that that's what you meant. Ma Jones, how are you? Harry had the title, but was treated like the help. This family is off the hook with feeling privileged. So much so that we're going to see in the upcoming Trash Time. So, what time? Oh, yeah, I need to get to that because, you know, I don't like to have too long of a podcast, so to speak. Diane, not caught wasn't even standard student housing at most universities. Oof. And yet Harry, like was said, took it in stride. And if he had never met Meghan and his path in life, and not just did a 180, yeah, that's exactly where William would have kept him. Under toe, under his foot, and living like he is so beneath him. So, bleh. Yes, L. Meghan, love Harry. Yes. Ruth C., how are you? William is definitely behind the despicable accommodation given to Harry, and it seems that the Queen and now King had no voice, power, or control. Oh, yeah, because I'm going to cover that. Mm-hmm. Many were saying, oh, how I wish, I'm just going to put it out in the atmosphere. Oh, how I hope the OGs just come forward now that volume 1 and 2 are done. They should do a victory lap. They really should. Online on YouTube, a final finale, because they deserve it. They were right all along. Many of us, it took us a while to get there, but yeah. Michelle and Tina were right all along. Joseph, if she's a gold digger, she's not very good one with a man given a shed to stay in. The moment he had a hole in his sole of his shoe for one of his friends' wedding. I remember that was something that the media like latched onto. That had nothing to do with Meghan. Those shoes were there in Harry's life before she was. But it said volumes about, I thought this was like the richest family. Why are members truly recycling coat dresses or recycling? I can't even say it. I won't even say it. C-Mac, Harry lost his mom, a baby, and almost his wife over the media. It's gloves off. Oh, yeah, it's gloves off for sure. For sure. John Garcia, YouTube is doing this on purpose. YouTube is doing this on purpose. I only search Harry and Meghan on YouTube search. Yeah. Just be mindful. I've seen some crazy stuff come up into my recommendations, although I think it's when I'm not logged into my account. I just don't recommend channel and keep it moving. Don't go into it. Don't click anywhere on them, because then YouTube takes it as, oh, you like that. I'll show you more. Okay. Annie, my living room is bigger than that cottage. All of ours. My office is probably Miss September. Funny, I'm watching the docuseries yet again. Don't at me. Saw Enter the Dragon 15 times at least and had to pay. I've seen the docuseries so many times, it's not even funny. Even woke up this morning and said, oh, let me just, to kind of bring back to my mind different things. I mean, I have pages of notes that, yeah, after I do the live stream, I rip up and throw away. But Church and I, Lord, I was ratchet. The squad in this chat are killing me with laughter. Oh, let me tell you, because I know I'm missing a lot, but that's what it's all about. I love Mickey and he loved one. Is that what it is? What kind of dog is Cuja? She's a Shar-Pei, a miniature Shar-Pei. But don't let her height fool you. Let's see. All right. I'm going to try to catch up to comments, and then I'm going to jump into hey, Nash, I just saw your name. Someone saying your name. I hate I'm missing some of the comments. Annie, I don't do YouTube except for games. Well, yeah. Adrian, it must be true. Look how Princess Anne is living. She hoards. That's how I'm going to put it. Just from that picture they showed of her and her husband. Okay. And think that's what they, no wonder Margaret, let me, any of you, did you see the clip I was referring to from the docuseries when they showed the balcony and then they showed that clip? And that was an old clip because you're talking Margaret was alive and on the balcony and all that, not in the wheelchair. She was one of the darkest ones on the balcony. I'm just saying. Okay, so let me get into Church Nelly behave. Afro Annie's home is filthy. Behave. I hope I have not missed anything. I don't think, when I skip comments, I miss a whole lot now. I know that Church Nelly will let me know if I missed anything in particular. Okay, so. Princess Margaret's home was beautiful. Oh. I guess that's why she left so much debt. And I know she had, I think she had a, what do they call it again? How do they put it? A holiday home, where you go when you're on holiday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see this, Elaine. The fact that M&H were exposed to harm means the family may indeed want them. Yeah, delete it. Mm-hmm. It's very obvious. Sylvia, Mrs. V.S., I hope Americans begin to see how awful cosplay is. Megan talked about wearing certain colors while in the UK. Apparently cosplay had family to wear the same color as her to concert. Yeah, well, I mean, they all blend, they're bland anyway. So this is the whole thing, and they tell on themselves. And I might have the clip, the tweet, but I think I deleted the holiday and stuff. She greeted Space and the children when they showed up at the holiday event. If you're in the same household, why didn't you travel together? Because we know she wasn't doing anything to help set up. Okay, y'all tell on yourselves. We try to tell you. You try to be slick about things, but people are quite aware and are looking at every little detail. Ooh, those just like y'all weren't gonna watch. Yeah, sure you weren't gonna watch. Okay. Oh Lord, it's the neighbor. Come here. Okay, calm down, Kuja. Calm down. Yes, calm down. Let me see this. Dana, the home that with the large arch windows where they were filming is up for sale for about $30,000. For sale or for rent? Because it sounds like it would be, but who cares? Kudos for them for we've okay. Calm down. It's the neighbor at their home. We've seen inside of Harry and Meghan's home, like the different Zoom calls. We've seen inside their home. I'm not sure why anyone on Squad would care. We've seen inside their home, even on the docuseries, where they were cooking, fixing the cookies, where they were celebrating Archie's birthday, where they were outside, all that stuff. That was their home. So I'm not sure where people are fixating on they were at some other home. So who cares? That's just my opinion. Who cares? Joan, didn't the haters go crazy when Meghan broke out in red? They went crazy. The rare time that she did wear color, they would lose their minds over it, but let them lose it. Okay, so Black Queen, yeah. I think he's one that was at that holiday party thing that the consort gave to people who were bashing Meghan. Really? Yeah, we see what side her bread well anyway. Okay, Mrs. S, the first thing I saw on Google this morning was that the docuseries is a flop. I did not click. Yeah, don't even get your blood pressure. On most of that stuff, just click boop and say do not interested, do not recommend, and keep it moving. Yeah, I don't. Well, the one that said that he's gnashing his teeth, let me show the Black Queen. that he's grinding his teeth and wishing she got Cersei treatment. He needs to look at E. Holmes, who wanted them thrown, had recommended they get thrown off the balcony, and look at what karma's doing to that person, because it's coming for him too. This person here, JC, yeah, the karma's gonna come for you too. Don't think it won't, because it is. Nash, thank you so very much. I appreciate the super sticker. This is for you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Mwah. Mwah, mwah. Thank you so very much. I so appreciate it. Okay, let me get to what you all care about, because I know you really don't, want to hear me keep babbling on. You want to get to it, right? And so we're going to get to it. Let me get over here. It's your favorite time. Trash time. Trash time. Trash time. So kicking it off with trash time. Since some of you have mentioned it, I just saw this screenshot on Twitter and took a copy of it from DM, a tabloid exclusive. Consort, very glamorous private party. Dame Judi Dench, who has spoken ill of Meghan, Piers Morgan, Claudia Winkleman, and Jeremy Clarkson joined Queen Consort at star-studded, more like studded, Mayfair lunch, as she proves Meghan isn't the only royal with pulling power. No matter what it is, they have to mention either Harry, but mostly Meghan's name. It's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. None of these people have anything nice to say about her, but Consort, as nice as Harry has been, because he could lace you good for what you did to his mother, even before he was born, and then while he was a child, because you broke up that happy home. Okay. Take your conning somewhere else, because that ain't nothing but a con headline. Well, private party. Private, so much private that a tabloid reports on it. And they are there snapping pictures and waving. Private means you don't know anything about it. Like how things occur at Montecito, and we don't know nothing about it until after the fact, or when they want us to know. Okay. Next item. BuzzFeed. There's been that whole, we didn't get notification of the docuseries, which they're now eating crow over. Yes, the royal family and their PR communications officer eating crow. So anyway, BuzzFeed News knew the royal family's press office has changed their story about being contacted by the producers of Netflix, Harry and Meghan, and failed to mention their communications with the company. They could see the writing on the wall that was getting ready to drop, that those papers were going to probably get delivered if you wanted to defame them or slander because you're saying, no, they're lying. Oh, contraire, con to the traire. But I just need to understand. So this was December 15th. This is a rota per what he has on his Twitter profile. Buckingham Palace will not be responding to comments made in Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary series. So this was the 15th. This is when volume 2 was dropped. We already know they had already made comments through their PR because Harry explained exactly what the rota is. Okay. This lovely on Twitter was quoting, royal staff had a WhatsApp group including senior executives from BBC, ITV, and Sky News, which they used to control footage to be used. A member of the royal household would send a message every 5 minutes, either approving or refusing to use a previous block of video. So remember when the Oprah interview, and all of those headlines and all that other crap was coming out. Yeah. So Harry and Meghan director Liz Garbus, Story Syndicate co-produced the series alongside Archwell Productions. Now it has emerged that not only did Williams' communications secretary, Lee Thompson, acknowledge he had received Story Syndicate's email, but in a reply dated November 30th, he asked the company to share footage from the series with him in advance of it dropping on Netflix. A source from Storyline Syndicate confirmed to Variety. This was an article snippet out of Variety. Once Storyline Syndicate told him they could not share any footage in advance, but asked him again to respond to the claims made within the series, which they reiterated in the email. Thompson did not respond further. And so the next paragraph, the Story Syndicate source confirmed to Variety that a request for comment was also sent directly to Tobin Andre, Director of Communications for the Royal Household and spokesperson for King Charles. That email was sent to Andre's inbox as opposed to a generic Buckingham Palace email address and did not bounce back. So they tried it, and I don't know why they don't realize that Harry knows how they work, as does Meghan now, and that they will cover their butts and have legal representation and have all the disclaimers, which they did at the beginning of it. So that was dumb on their part, and not think that there were receipts. People know to keep receipts when it comes to the royal family and their PR, the ROTA. So this was, Harry touched on this back when it occurred, the showdown at Sandringham, when he explained how his brother was yelling at him and his father said some ugly things, and then the Queen just sat there. The summit that they waited until Meghan left town before they told him to come for this meeting. How would the media have known about this if it wasn't told by the staff that would have been in the know to know where their principals are? Okay. So there's times when the tabloids will throw the truth out there. Those are when the royal family won't dispute it. But when they're coming with their crazy, but they always have to twist it a little bit. Like Meghan was on the phone. That was shady as hell to not allow her to be there for that. But we now can see the incandescent with rage. That's true. That little moniker that they gave to him, that's true. That is Space's personality, to rage out. They really believed, because he's the one running the show, I believe, not his father, although his father has like the title. He cowers to his son, to his heir, I should say. Since the title, he cowers to his heir. So incandescent rage. So love how Variety's like, how are you making producers versus Buckingham Palace? Spat intensifies over Netflix docuseries. Spat. The docuseries indicated that they had reached out for comment, none was given. And now Buckingham Palace is having to admit that, one wasn't given. They did reach out. Even, KP has to admit that. So here's some old headlines to kind of give you an idea of the anger that one. See, Prince William would unleash blast of anger on father who meekly listened. This is in a new book. So I guess one of the household communications team, briefed this author on what should go into the book. Prince William's earth-shattering rows with father. Charles submitted meekly. Oh, another one that was briefed with the same stuff. The boys got a temper, Camilla told friends, that Prince William would shout and Prince Charles would meekly submit. Oh, the consort is talking about her husband to someone else and saying that he's meek and weak in a sense. Oh, you don't say. I guess it's like the pen, the reaction he had to the pen, and this is how Space is truly feeling right now. He's like, can you just move out the way, old man? My opinion. Just my opinion, but that's how I see it. Mm-hmm. So, oh yeah, let me see. So, as much as we are hearing throughout this period of time that the Royal Rota is saying that the palaces aren't briefing us. Well, this is what the one in the bottom corner of that picture, I'm going to play what he said on his radio show. I'm just going to comment through it, so you're going to have to be annoyed.
And obviously, it's so much easier for them to blame anything uncomfortable on racism.
So them, as we know, he's talking about Harry and Meghan. Blame it on racism. It's so easy to do.
Rather than actually address the fact that much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
He said this on his radio show, folks. On his radio show, proudly and with his full chest. He did cover his boobs, thank goodness. But with his full chest. Now, I'm just saying, we are now to believe that they weren't briefing? Come on. The docuseries makes it very clear. They were. The royal family. Yeah. And in fact, okay, as you hear the dogs run out the office, but in fact, the one scene where Meghan's melanated side came out in full force, and you should all know which one I'm talking about. She said, that's your brother, and I'm not going to say anything. That's your brother. But the friend was also there who worked for them, and I think she was in Archwell. She might still be, but she may have left. I don't know. Had indicated, why are they always trying to make it out that that Jason worked for you all when he works, present tense, for your brother? And I love what Harry said. And why do you think I'm living in a different country right now? Mic drop, boom. Okay, because of this one, this alien head. That's what I like to call him. Space. A new frontier. If you're into pagan, it's a new frontier. Okay. So I just have a few more items. Just a few more. I'm going to warn you that the next screenshots do have some language, but, and I think I shared this, but I'm not sure. But I wanted to because it just kind of plays into when the squad decides, members of the squad, because, squad is huge and we don't know all who are what we would call squad, decide to call you on your BS. And one of the Rota did this before. And this person that's on here, you'll have to watch, I'm not saying the name, said, you ugly Tory, and used the C word that sounds with punt. Effing racist scumbag. Can't wait until the day you're beaten to death. Now, he said this is an email that he received, a threat that he received. So, squad jumped in and was like, oh, well, we can send it to the Met Police if you want. And then someone noticed it says sent from my iPhone. So the idiot sent his own email, but the dum-de-dum-de-dums screenshot it where it says sent from my iPhone instead of screenshotting that out. So he quieted down real quick with that lie that trying to say that, Squad sent him that ugly, disgusting email. Okay, so Lord, I don't even know what that is that's playing. Okay, so let me do that. Okay. I saw this and then I was like, why are they trying to be sweet suddenly? Saying that, Prince Harry and Meghan will receive invitations to the King's coronation because, there have been headlines saying that they wouldn't. Time will tell. Time will tell if they even go. If they do, hopefully they leave early to celebrate King Archie's birthday. And I said what I said. So, all right. Oh, and this person, whoever they are, I suspect after this grenade throwing passes, and the royals continue a dignified silence. They haven't been silent, and they haven't been dignified in what the UK media has been saying. But moving on, Harry and Meghan will be history. This is what they want. They just want them to be silent forever and ever and ever and ever, because it just brings the spotlight that the two that should be out there aren't. They like to stay home, let staff do what staff does, or peg around, that type of thing. Anyway, they've gone all in and will have nothing new for the future. They can only keep repackaging the victim tale so many times before everyone gets bored. If you sat and watched and you don't like them, you are a flicking idiot. You're crazy. That's the only way I can put it. You're crazy. Cray. Yeah, you're crazy. Okay. Oh, and let me pop over here for a minute. And I'm just ending the poll that I had up so that I can see. So, did you watch the Harry and Meghan docuseries? Let me see if I can get it up on StreamYard's side. I don't know if I can. Hey, Makeup Mom and Son. Hey, love to travel with Wave. Oh my gosh. I don't see it. But anyway, it's 85% said yes, they watched the docuseries. 9% said no. And 4% planning to watch soon. Well, an 184th vote. So thanks for taking the poll. I appreciate it, everyone. I do appreciate it. That's interesting, though. How have you not watched it already? That's all I gotta ask that. Like, what? So yeah. Not caught. No, I'm just kidding. It's in the background of this picture, which is just showing something exploding behind Harry and Meghan as they walk away proudly. And we know this is Photoshop, so don't play with the stupid clipping and trying to say that. Anyway. I hope for the next gathering she brings chocolate pie for them all. And on that, I'm just going to jump into the comments, put up this little thing, and put back the thumbnail and come back over here. Yeah, because they deserve some chocolate pie, all of that family. Special chocolate pie needs to be made for them. Whew. All right, let me see. It's 12:04, so I'm going to just pop right here. Joan, this is 12 o'clock, so it's not too far behind. I can't believe it's over an hour. I have to get myself going here. C-Mac. Meghan looked like she was about to let loose. Ooh. In that scene, yes, she was. Hey, Cookies and Cream, my manager. How are you? Mrs. S. What a maroon. He outed himself, his own phone call. Yes, his own phone call. Yep. That's Maps. How are you? Hope you're well. It's just funny to see folks act cray. I just have to say. Mrs. F, I hope they don't ever step foot on that island. Well, we know they're going to go back here and there, maybe for some of the charity work that they're involved with. Of course, King C3 and the rest of them need them to come for the coronation. Don't play like they don't need them, because, you know, who would be watching otherwise? It's history, but then again, I don't want to see all that. In all honesty, I don't want to see it. Hopefully he makes it to his coronation. Both of them. Let me just say it that way, because their karma is going to be swift and harsh. Ron, to return to sender, the invitation. I mean, come on. The Jubilee was on or around Lilibet's first birthday, and now he couldn't have picked another date for his coronation. Like his birthday, perhaps. I hope it's torrential rain, by the way. That would give him exactly what he deserves. Mr. Harry sounded very final, didn't he? Well, when Harry said, if you don't understand, I can't help you. I just can't help you. That's on you. I can't help you. He said it all right there. If you don't get it, I can't help you. And it's very obvious. I'm thankful they were able to do the docuseries, that they're an intact unit, stronger than ever, because there were some ugly rumors that were floating around even before the docuseries dropped. That truly is a deflection off of another couple that's in the UK. Because, again, why did she greet her husband and children when they should have been with her to greet everybody that showed up, like their guests? Okay. I wonder if she played the piano. You know, fake played. Each night. Harry already said that they had to finish this to move on, so they are moving on. Moving on up, moving on up. Out of the ghetto. Elaine, Rhoda rats make their entire income from harming Harry and Meghan. Misery. They keep the lies going to keep their money flowing. The royals show how sick they are when they only use letters in-house. Well, the whole thing is you wanted him to, like Harry explained how it all works with the comm offices, but to have made a pact with your brother, promise that you would never do that to each other, and then to see it being done. Why? Because you're too lazy to work, or your wife is, or that there's a pegging reason why you can't. And then, you know, like there was the headlines that popped up on that row that Cosplay had with a very good friend and wanted William to kick her out of the society circle they were in. Although the person that she wanted kicked out was in that circle long before she came along. Commoner, just saying. Got to make it clear that the one that is in the Aristo circle is out of that Aristo circle. But you wanted her husband to kick that person out? Like, that was never going to happen. Y'all do all that swapping and whopping and everything else, so deal with it. Now, he has a gag order in place, but don't you for one moment think that one day there's going to be one that's going to have the honies, I'll say it like that, to go ahead and print what we all suspect and name names. I even heard there's a love child, allegedly. I don't even know why they call them love children, but okay. Woo! All right. Cookies and cream. I truly hope the Sussexes completely cut all ties with that ungodly, unroyal clan. I hope they don't go to that ridiculous coronation. Time will tell. It's their decision, and there's probably good reasons behind the scenes we don't know about, but whether they go or they don't, we still love them. That's how I look at it now. I know others may have a differing opinion, but, you know, they'll be okay too. They will be okay too. Elaine, the Windsors kept the Queen from H because he was her favorite grandchild. If Andy and Fergie are welcome back, the public will react to the overt racism to Meghan. Mm. Fergie's been back so long you wouldn't even know that they were divorced, but okay. Valerie, Harry and Meghan have moved on. William and Kitty are separated. Allegedly. Joseph, you don't know why they left Shutter Island, you better ask somebody. Yes. And then after you ask somebody, watch the Oprah interview, then watch the docuseries Volume 1 and then Volume 2. Hopefully you binge watch all of them together to really take in everything that they connected all the dots. There's friends, long-term friends in there in the docuseries, even for Harry. They've each lost along the way, but what they gained, each other, the children, the family unit that they have, yeah, I know they wouldn't trade those people that fell off and showed their true selves. Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't trade them. What they have now, they wouldn't trade for the world. So, as hard as the alien head tries space, he needs to stop already and focus on his own life. And, your issue is going to come out eventually in the media. There's no getting around it. Gag order be darned that somebody's going to, they'll just take the chance. They sure are. They're going to take the chance. So, let me say hello to everybody again. Blanket hello. I don't have anything else in my little trash time can, so I'm going to get my outro music queued up, and thank you all for joining. I so appreciate each and every one of you, and hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, morning, if it's that over, different parts of the world. It's different time zones. So, yes, definitely hit the thumbs up on your way out if you haven't hit it on the way in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Continue to share. Help me get to the 10K. I have another celebration and giveaway. Yes. But, yeah. It's all going to come out. Elaine, I see you. I see you there. I see you. Yes, love always wins. That's so true. So, cueing my outro music, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Take care. It would help if I turned the volume up, then you all could hear it too. Love you all. Take care. Be safe. Be well. Wear your mask. Bye, everybody.